Forever again, forever more. Enchant the fire, him do your job. The roots can't cut, the tree can't fall. Forever again, him guide us all.
What I genuinely remember from the session is essentially I was high as balls and I made some really dumb decisions. We ended up going on Thing's goopy floor and my dude was like, oh, this god of deception and insanity is inviting me to this scary room. Yeah, no, I'll go to that room even though I rolled a high enough insight to know that's a bad fucking idea. So I went in there, I got touched, because I asked questions about how to free Hirieth, but do I remember? Not really. I think there's something on Ponalor's floor that can help us remove the cage, and like a well of purity. And then we leave, and then we end up in a room full of doors, and then we follow Hirieth through a door at some point, but not everyone does. It's like me and Annveig, and at some point, Aglavale loses his hand, and then me, Annveig, and Hirieth are walking in a desert. And while in the desert, Mira tries to confess to Hirieth, and Hirieth just kind of questions, like, why is he doing it right now? But he didn't say no. So I still have hope. Annveig is the only one who knows this for sure. And we end up at like a church, and then everyone else shows up. The church is like based around like a centipede god or like creature. And my dude, I think, regrets some of his decisions and asks Sanguisaria for help via letter. And then something like shows up, but I think we retconned the showing up thing, but I could be wrong, because I was really high.
Hello, my name's Tommy. I play Aglavale, the Satyr Paladin, and I am very excited to bring this recap to you. I have just been discharged from the hospital after huffing a dangerous amount of fumes from a gas leak, which is what spurred this session on. Starting out, we had just gotten off of Omniburs's floor after nuking their lighthouse and killing their pet dragon, and overall just kind of pissing them off. And we're all waking up in this like very small room, and we realize, oh shit, wait, what's that in the staircase there? We look over, it's Omnibus, and they're kind of like, what's your guys' fucking problem? I don't remember what voice Omnibus had, but I'm gonna do this. Well, what's your problem? And Rue is like, what I remember the most is, can I have a mimosa? And Omnibus really wants to kill Rue, but they can't fit into the room, so they're just kind of slapping the floor a little, and they're just like, ask me questions and I'll answer or something. Fuck, what did Omnibus say? I don't remember. And so we ask a couple questions, mostly just about the dungeon and where we're going next and how to survive. And Omnibus is kind of like, these questions are low-key ass. And they start telling us about this prophecy about how the party's gonna kind of like kill everybody and the world apocalypse scenario. Except for Rue. Yeah, Rue was not invited to the prophecy. Sorry, Rue. But as they're trying to talk about it, they get kind of like encased in this gold, like, or not golden light, sorry, whoa. I totally misremembered. White light. And we all get blinded, and when we blink, Omnibus has been like vaporized or something. And there's a really big feather on the ground. So that's weird. We're looking around and we're like, all right, I think it's time to head out. And we realize there are no doors, there's no windows, there's quite literally nothing in this room. We're just kind of in an enclosed concrete brick. We could go back to Omnibus's floor, but none of us really want to do that since we just nuked it. So we're just like, I wonder where we go now. And then it starts getting a little gooey. That's worrying. And we kind of realize, okay, so the room's filling up with goo. And this goo is Thing's goo. Thing's evil goo. And if we stay here, we're probably going to drown in evil goo and go insane. So suddenly it's like a lot more pressing to find a way out. And can't remember who. I think it might have been Necros. Opens up a hole in the wall because we realize there's like something behind the wall's hollow, and we're like, Dubs, all right, let's get out of here. And so wall opens up, reveals this like long, creepy ass hallway, and we're hurrying into it. And as we're going in, we realize, hang on, wait, Mira's here too. Hi, Mira. Mira has been transported here by Sanguisaria. Shout out Sanguisaria. Probably shouldn't have dropped him off right now. Mira's kind of tweaking. He's high off his balls. He is off that good shit, and by that good shit, I mean Mommy Sanguisaria's blood. So he's a little out of it, but that's okay. We keep going, and then we kind of realize, hang on, I think this is Thing's floor, and we find that out because Thing is there, and he's like, oh, hey guys, haha, what's up? And we're like, we're on your floor, can we leave? And he's like, no, you're staying here forever. Yeah, that sucks. And we're all kind of like, well, we don't want to stay here forever. We don't want to stay here until we die. And he's like, well, I could probably let you go if you make a deal with me. And no one wants to make a deal with him, honestly. So we're all kind of like debating, and Annveig's about to go in, and then Mira, poor bastard, high off his fucking balls, dives headfirst into the room to slobber all over Thing, or well, Thing slobbers all over him. Goes in there, makes the deal with him, mostly just asks about Hirieth and stuff. Don't really remember exactly what he asked about. Most likely how to get the cage off, how to like touch him inappropriately, how to lick him, stuff like that. Things like, oh yeah, okay, whatever. Kind of splooges all over him, gets a little goo on Mira. Mira's like, oh no, I'm Mira. Will this goo come off? And Thing's like, oh, well, no, but no one else will see it. Mira's like, damn, that sucks. And then he gets spit back out, and yeah, Annveig kind of wanted to go in there and talk to Thing, but turns out that his girlfriend already touched someone else, and he just cucked, so that sucks. They move on after that. Bummer. No one else wants to make a deal with Thing because he's stinky and disgusting and foul, and no one likes him except for Annveig, who wants to like lick him or something. Oh yeah, no, actually, I didn't have this in my little notes here. Annveig licks Thing multiple times, or well, he doesn't lick Thing. He licks Thing's goo that's leaking from the walls. He keeps licking it. It's infuriating, but yeah, Thing kind of likes it a little. We keep going, walking down this very long hallway, tons of doors. Hey, editor, can you cut out all my ums, because this is humiliating. At this point, Hirieth is also here. Hi, Hirieth. He's walking with us. That's pretty sweet. And we keep going, and slowly the hallway kind of morphs into this like room full of mirrors, and we have to make these wisdom saving throws when we look into them, and if you fuck up on it, you look into the mirror and you kind of see like a different version of yourself, which is pretty freaky. Annveig looks into the mirror, he sees himself, but like his Thing Sona, like if he was all gooey and stuff, and he's a little orange too, and he gives him a little wave, and it's weird and creepy. Aglavale sees himself if he wasn't like depressed and had a child, heartwarming. Rue looks into the mirror, sees nothing different, and goes like, damn, am I really that ugly? Yeah, she's completely unaffected by Thing. Yeah, here, for reference, guys, early on when Persephone hadn't been skinned and turned into like a pair of shoes, we all got covered in Thing's goo. Rue wasn't here yet, so Rue completely escaped the gooing. So she's not like, she's kind of like perfectly fine. Like, this is not affecting her super bad. Probably also because she is incredibly drunk. Good for her, good for her. We all kind of like stop, and we're sitting here, and we're all thinking real hard. Our brains are pulsating. We go, how the fuck do we get out of here? What do we do? And Hirieth kind of like taps his foot, and he's like, oh my god, you guys are so stupid. Yeah, that's what Hirieth sounds like, by the way. You guys are so stupid. And he goes, and he ends up kind of guiding us to the right door, because Hirieth's just that guy. We end up like going through some more doors, and we end up finding this one that actually leads somewhere other than the endless hallways, which is awesome. We make it in, and there's like, I want to say maybe like 5 or 6 doors. There's like 2 red ones, an orange one, a blue one, a green one, a white one. and they all do different things. The two matching red doors are connected. You stick something into the first one, two of them come out the second one. So that's really interesting. The other ones, the orange one's got like a wall behind it. Yeah, there's nothing. Fuck you. The blue one has a endless pit. Unfortunately, no one decided to jump down it, so we never found out what was down there. Green has a mirror inside of it, and the white one's just this like blinding light. They kind of like do a little more like testing and stuff, and they're like, all right, let's just go through this door, the first red one. Mira and Hirieth end up going through it, spit out in another room. While this is happening, Annveig sticks his hand into the other red door, and it's like, ooh, that kind of like tickles a little. Ooh, what is that? And Aglavale, me, kind of looks at it and goes, it hurts a little bit. I wonder if it's like a trial, you know? Gotta deal with the pain to actually get somewhere, because come on, like, Pomorco, that's what we all do. That's what everyone has to go through. So Aglavale figures, I should stick my hand in this, see where it goes. Sticks his hand in it, pulls his hand out, no hand. Yep, he has no hand now. He gets his hand cut off. So that's a shame. That's really a shame. Turns out that's the door of instantly eviscerating any living flesh. Because of course Thing has one of those. Because like, come on. We all have one of these in our house. Fuck you, Thing. Fuck you, Thing. Fuck you. He took my fucking hand. He's a bitch. Fuck you, Thing. Anyways, they get a move on. Necros, Rue, Sun, Aglavale. They all kind of go through the big blinding white door. And Annveig follows Mira and Hirieth. And let's come back to Mira and Hirieth. They're chatting a little bit. And Annveig's here too now. And Mira's like, oh, Hirieth, I have a big boner. I love you. You are so hot and sexy, and I want to live with you forever. And I don't know, sweet romance. I have a big crush. I love you, Hirieth. He says all of that word for word. Hirieth's like, okay, whatever. And yeah, Mira makes things really uncomfortable and awkward for everyone. But luckily, Hirieth's a dementia patient. He will not remember this happening. Annveig will, though, because remember, Annveig was there. So he gets like a front row seat. He cucks a second time in this session because of Mira. Very awkward. But they get a move on. They leave the room. And they're in this big desert. And they see something in the distance. It's a cathedral. Very interesting. So they're walking towards it. And Annveig realizes his cell phone's ringing. Picks it up. It's Thing. Hey, where are you? I don't know where you guys went. Are you ignoring me? And Annveig goes, shut up, bitch, and hangs up the phone. Actually, I don't remember what he says. He probably doesn't say that, though. They keep walking, end up meeting the rest of the party in the cathedral, because it turns out that white door led directly into the cathedral. So they just got a shortcut while the bums had to walk through the desert and get, like, sand in their shoes. Bummer. They're all, like, kind of exploring. It's this massive cathedral that's clearly been, like, abandoned and obliterated. And, oh, this is so scary. But they keep going, and they see something, and they're like, oh, that's probably the exit. So they're heading over to it, and then, oh my god. Guys, do you see that? There's something blocking the way. But in the moment, the glare from the windows completely blinded all of us, so we couldn't actually see what it was until the next session. And then, at that point, the session ends, and we all get hospitalized because of the gas leak that had been filling the room. So that was the end of that session. The doctors told me that I was actually in a coma and imagined all of that, and I'm choosing to believe that was true. Because, guys, I'll keep it real with you. I like having a hand. It's great. I can look at my fingers. But anyway, yeah, that was session gas leak. I don't remember the number. Like and subscribe, hit the bell if you like this video. YouTube.